Welcome, everybody. Welcome to some of you that are new. My name is Prema. Hope everybody had a wonderful Easter holiday. Happy spring. So have a block if you have, a strap on hand. If you don't have a block, you can also have a blanket. So let's begin. So let's begin first by sitting up nice and tall. And let's take our hands and do an inner spiral on the right side. So pull your whole right buttocks back and the left, just grab your buttocks, pull it back. So you're on your sit bones. Let's press our thighs into the earth, rooting into the earth. Inhale, lengthening through the spine, through the crown of the head, all the way up. Expanding through the sky. Open up the hands, open our hearts, and bring our hands in front of our hearts in namaste. And we'll open with one Om. Let's take a deep inhale. And softly bow our heads towards our heart. Take a moment to plant an intention in your heart space. It's a perfect time with springtime coming to plant a new seed, a new intention to grow inside of your being, inside of your mind, inside of your heart. Let's take a deep inhale and breathe your intention into your being. And exhale it out to the world and open up your hands. So let's take our right leg and cross it over our left, right shin over the left shin. And we're going to pull our feet out underneath our knees. So not having our feet tucked in like this. So pull your feet out. And this helps to open up a little more in the hips here. So let's take our hands and press them on the edges of our thighs. And you can resist your thighs into your hands. Let's take a deep inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinging from the hips, just softly bowing forward. And keep a resistance if your hands on your thighs. Just slowly bowing forward. Now you can round forward, taking your chin to your chest. And just take a couple of breaths here. Taking a deep breath in, expanding into your back body. Let's exhale and blow it out through the mouth. Maybe you round forward a little more. Deep inhale, expand into the back body. Exhale, blow it out through the mouth. Maybe you round forward a little more. Keep the hands and the knees pressing into each other with a resistance. Deep inhale, breathing and expanding in the back body. Exhaling, softening, blow it out through the mouth. Inhale to rise up. Extend your legs out in front, stretch them out, and let's cross the opposite. Left shin in front of the right. Pull your feet out so they're under your knees if possible. And if you find your knees are way up like this, then you can sit up on a block or a blanket to lift your hips up, and that will help to relax more in your knees. So let's take the hands again. So they're right on the outside of your thighs here above the knees. You're going to resist as you press your hands into your thighs. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, we're going to begin to hinge through the hips here, lengthening forward. Inhale again, expanding in the back body. And I say expanding in the back body because our lungs are mostly on the back body. You can feel your whole back body expand with the breath. And exhale, let's blow it out through the mouth. And let's round forward a little more. Inhale, expand into the back body. Exhaling, rounding forward. Inhale, breathe into the back body. Exhale. Take a couple more breaths here. Inhale, let's rise up. And let's take the right hand over to the right side. Inhale, left arm up, and let's stretch over to our right side. Big stretch. Take a deep inhale to the whole left side. Exhale, lengthen. And now let's round forward a little bit, taking our chin to the chest. And let's come back. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, over to the opposite side. Inhale to the whole right side again. Exhale, stretch over to the left. Breathe it out through the mouth. Let's take the chin to the chest and round forward. And breathe. Bring the stretch into the lower back here. And let's come back up. So let's take our hands to our knees and we're going to do some cat and cow while we're seated. So inhale, open up in the heart space as you expand and arch forward. Exhale, chin to the chest. Keep your hands on your knees. Pull on your knees and you arch your back up like a cat, chin to chest. Full exhale. Pull the navel in. Inhale, expand with the breath. Arching forward. Exhale, breathe it out through the mouth here. Pull the navel in, chin to the chest. Inhale again. Expanding in the heart space forward. Exhale, blow it out. Pull the navel in. Arching the back like a cat, chin to the chest. Full exhale. Inhale, come to a neutral posture. Beautiful. So let's bring the hands up overhead. You're going to interlace fingers. Stretch the palms up to the sky. Deep inhale. Stretching and then exhale, round forward, chin to chest. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your hands behind your head now, right at the base of your skull. Inhale, arms, and expand arms out. Exhale, draw the elbows in, chin to chest. Inhale again. Breathe in. Opening up in the heart. Exhale, chin forward, stretching behind the neck, all the way down the spine. Full exhale. Inhale, press the head into the hands again, opening up elbows. Exhale, rounding forward, chin to chest, and stay here for a couple of breaths. With your chin to the chest, gently rounding forward in the upper back, but try to keep the lower back lengthened. You don't want to round forward in the collapse in the lower back. Try to keep energy in the lower back, mainly here in the neck area. We're rounding forward, chin to chest. Breathing and exhaling, releasing, and let's come up. Wonderful. So we're going to take the hands behind us. Well, first let's come on to our knees. Makes it much easier here. Let's come onto our knees, curl the toes under, and now let's take our hands behind us. Interlace fingers, shoulders up and back. Press hands into the sacrum. Now let's lengthen up through your spine, and you'll notice your ribs pop out. So pull the bottom of the ribs in creating more integrity here in your pelvic area. Keeping the openness in the chest. See if you can extend the arms straight. Breathe, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the elbows back to the sacrum. Inhale, if you can, straighten the arms. Exhale, bring the hands back. Now the next breath, we're going to come forward, straightening the arms, taking the top of the head to the floor, and opening up the arms as much as you can. And take a couple of breaths here. Finishing with the last round of breath, release your hands and take them to the earth, lifting the head up. So walk your knees back so that they're underneath the hips. And we're going to take the knees a little wider than the hips. Bring toes together. Walk fingertips forward. Lift shoulders up by the ears. Inhale, expand in the whole back body. Exhale, pull the hips back. Lift your chin, gaze forward. And then take your forehead to the earth. Pulling back with the hips. So our hips are still up in the air. We're not taking them to our heels. So feel this length through the spine. Imagine someone's pulling your hips back. Fingertips are like spiders. Try to walk your fingers a little more forward. So you create a nice stretch in the whole side body. And now breathe into the back body. Deep inhale, exhale, blow it out through the mouth. Now we're going to inhale and walk our fingertips over to the left. Deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward, taking forehead to the earth. Blow it out through the mouth. Inhale, let's walk over to the right side. Fingertips. Walking out like spiders. Inhale, lengthening. Deep inhale and exhale, bow forward. And let's come back to center. And we'll come onto all fours. So we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So shoulders up by the ears. Let's pull our shoulders up by the ears and create length in the side body. Now I want you to check, we're going to first focus on our foundation. Bring your hands a little more forward of the shoulders to be able to help reduce tension in the wrists. Claw the mat with your fingertips. Spread your fingertips. So shoulders pulling up by the ears. Inhale. Expand into the back body and press your hands into the earth, energizing the arms. And now lift the hips. Bend the knees here. So let's lift the chin, gaze in between your hands. Energetic hands, strong arms, press into the earth. Deep inhale, expand into the back body. Exhale, bring head in between the arms and lift the hips back, just like we did when we were in puppy pose. Lifting the sit bones up towards the sky. Knees are really bent here. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. And now let's try to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. You can maybe move your head back and forth like a no, just relaxing in neck and jaw. Now see if you can pedal your feet, dropping one heel and then the other. We call this walking the dog. Wonderful. Now let's take our feet as wide as the mat. Come up on the toes, bend knees, inhale, lift the chin, and let's take the knees to the earth. Lower down to the earth. And let's come into our first cobra, shoulders up and back. Loop the shoulder blades onto the back. Tops of the feet press into the earth. Inhale, expand and lift in the heart. Exhale, now we're going to push back to a child pose. Now take your hips all the way back to your heels, forehead to the earth. You can keep your hands on the earth in front of you or grab your heels behind you. Whatever feels best here. We're going to take a couple of deep breaths here. Taking a deep inhale, long exhale through the nose. And see if you can make your breath as you draw it in and out nice and smooth through the nose. And maybe toning the back of the throat to make your breath audible so it sounds like the ocean wave coming in and out. And trying to match the smoothness of the breath on the inhale and the exhale, making it about the same length. This is Samavriti breathing. It's very calming to the mind, calming to the body. So you can breathe the Samavriti breath throughout your practice if it comes easeful for you. Otherwise, breathe in the way that feels the most natural and best for you. So with the next inhale, breathe your intention into your whole being. Exhale, softening and letting everything go and breathing your intention out to the world. Next inhale, let's bring our hands to the mat and let's come onto all fours. So let's come back to a downward facing dog. And we're going to take the right leg, extend it out, and let's bring it in between our hands. Drop the back knee for a lunge. And let's take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhale, lengthening forward. Let's take the right foot back. Meet in plank or take your knees to the earth and then let's lower down to the earth. Inhale, come to cobra. And let's keep the cobra in the upper body and extend the hands behind us and then lift the feet. We're coming into Shalabhasana. Inhale, lengthen all the way to the crown of the head. And exhale, let's release down to the earth. We'll push back to a puppy pose. Inhale, come to all fours. Downward facing dog. Let's extend the left leg out and bring it in between our hands. Forward lunge. Let's take a breath here. Deep inhale. Connecting to the center, connecting to our heart space. Exhale, softening the hips to the earth. And let's take the right foot forward to meet the left. Sit back into our seat here. Let's take hands to the hips. Shoulders roll up and back. Sit back into your seat. Inhale, extend the arms up to the sky as we come into an Utkatasana posture. And let's rise up, hands in front of our hearts. Take a breath here. Connect in Tadasana. Deep inhale. Exhale, hands up overhead. Bring hands forward as we come to a forward bow. Inhale, hands to the shins, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, hands to your shins. Exhale, let's bow forward here and grab our elbows. So you can rock from back and forth if that feels good for you. We're going to hang here, hang out in our forward fold. So let's
Holding our elbows, just bring both elbows as we move over to the right and then bend your left knee. And let's bring the elbows over to the left and bend the right knee. And we'll continue this, bringing elbows over to the right, bending left knee, and the other side. Do this a couple more times. Do it in your own pace. Try to synchronize your breath with your movement. And let's come back to center. Bend the knees, hands to the hips, shoulders up and back. We'll come into Utkatasana again. Sit back into your seat. This time we're going to take our thumbs together. I'm going to move here to the center of the mat for you. We're going to take our thumbs together and draw the shoulders up and back. Sit back into your seat and inhale, rise up, and hands in front of the heart. We'll connect here in Tadasana. Feel the feet root into the earth. From the pelvis, the energy moves through the legs, hug muscle the bone, feet press into the earth. And then from the pelvis, the energy moves up from the heart. Feel the energy move up into the heart space, out to the crown of the head, up to the sky. Now shift your energy back into your heels. You can even lift your toes, lift them and spread them as you feel rooted into your heels. Now press the edges of the outside of the feet into the earth, and then press the inner edges of the feet into the earth, and then press the mounds of the toes. So just like we clawed the earth earlier with our hands, now we're doing that with our feet. Just with our intention, feel the feet active and rooted into the earth. And now hug the muscles in the legs, hug the muscles above the knees. Gently, let's scoop our tailbone down as if we're a dog tucking our tail. Just gently, pulling abdominal muscles in, pulling them up. Feel the heart opening, expanding. Let's bring our arms into how wonderful. And we're going to draw shoulder blades onto the back as we open up in the heart here. Don't pop the ribs forward like earlier. I had you pull the ribs, lower ribs back. So let's do that again. Open up in the heart. Now pull the lower ribs back. So you keep the integrity in your pelvis, helps to strengthen your lower back and protect it. And then opening up the heart, we'll do a gentle back bend, gently gazing upwards. Deep inhale. Exhale, let's release the hands down, gazing forward. Inhale, let's bring the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers. Release the pointer fingers, hug the arm bone towards the ears, scoop tailbone, inhale, open up in the heart, draw the bottom ribs back. Beautiful, coming into an alignment. Now let's come over to the right side into a crescent moon. Inhale, breathe into the whole left side of the body. And exhale, come up. And let's come to the other side. Deep inhale, expand to the whole right side. Exhale, come up. Let's do that to the other side. Inhale up and stretch to the right. And exhale, come up. Inhale, stretch over to the opposite side. And let's come up. Beautiful. Open up the hands. Let's open up the feet. So you want the feet about the same width of your hands most of the time. You want to be in a comfortable stance so you can still keep strength in your legs. Open up the right foot away from you. Front heel intersects the back foot. And we're going to come into a Parva Konasana. So let's bend the front knee. We want to try to make a 90-degree angle. So let's take the right elbow to the right knee, left hand to the hip, open up in the heart, top shoulder up and back. Scooping the tailbone gently, very gently, draw the abdominal muscles in and up. Lift the top arm up and bring the arm bone over by your left cheek, gently gazing upwards. Feel that line of energy of the back foot pressing into the earth all the way through the side body, out to the top fingertips. Beautiful. Inhale, let's come up, straighten the front leg, and we'll come into a humble warrior. And let's come back, right hand to the front knee again. So we're going to do this a couple of times. Stretching the top arm up overhead for Parvakonasana. And let's come up. Reverse warrior. I think I said humble warrior earlier. This is reverse warrior. Inhale, let's come back again. Parvakonasana, extend out through the top arm. Inhale, let's come up, straight the front leg. And let's come back down. Right elbow to the right knee. Move at your own pace. You might be moving slower than me or faster. And we'll finish our last one. Top arm up and over. And let's come back down. So let's take our right hand now, and we're going to straighten the front leg and take the hand to your shin or take the hand to the earth as we move into a Trikonasana. Now press the feet into each other. Press the feet into the mat as if you're trying to pull them away from each other to create strong legs and feet. Open in the heart, maybe gaze upwards or straight ahead here. Beautiful. Let's take the top hand down, bend the front knee, and we'll come into a plank or knees on the earth and lower down. Inhale, come to cobra. Exhale, let's come to a puppy posture. Take a breath here. Deep inhale, long exhale. Lengthen through the spine. Breathing your intention into every cell of your body. What is it that makes you feel connected inside? Or helps you to connect more with others? So let's come onto all fours and downward facing dog. And let's walk our feet back to the top of the mat. Let's come into a chair posture again. Inhale, hands up overhead, sit into your seat and rise up, hands in front of the heart. Come center of our mat and let's open up the arms and the feet. Now we're going to go off to the left side. So the left foot points away, intersects the back foot. Come into our Parvakonasana. Left arm to your left hip. Extend the top arm up and over. And the back foot presses into the earth and feel that line of energy out through the top fingertips. So let's come up, straighten the front leg, and extend the top arm up and stretch up, and we'll come back down again. So we'll do this a couple more times. Inhale, trying to move with the breath. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale. Coming forward. Exhale. Coming back. And one last round. And exhale, last one. Moving with the breath. And now we're going to open up to a Trikonasana. Straighten this front leg this time. Press the mound of the foot into the earth. So take your front hand either to the shin or to the earth. Roll this top shoulder up and back and extend the top arm up. Press feet into the earth. Expand from the heart out into every direction. Breathe your intention out into the world. So press the feet into the earth and imagine someone's pulling on your top hand, and let's rise up. So let's pivot the feet forward so that both feet are parallel with each other. Take hands to the hips. Inhale, shoulders up and back, and then lengthen forward, hinging from the hips forward. Take hands to the earth. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, let's bow forward. Maybe your top of the head comes to the earth, or maybe it's just your hands. If you have a block here, you could also take your head to a block. So legs are strong. Let's take a couple breaths here. Inhale, lengthen forward. Let's walk our hands over towards the right side. Take a breath here. And now let's walk our hands over to the left side. Deep inhale and exhale, gently bow forward. Walk hands back to the center. Left hand presses into the earth and inhale, keeping the pelvis level as possible. Open up the top arm, right arm to the sky. Press the bottom hand into the earth for a twist. And let's do the opposite side and breathe. And bring that hand down. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. Pivot your feet. Bring your front foot back. Come down to your knees. Let's come down to the mat. Take a breath here. So we're going to have a couple of options here. So we're going to come into a bow posture. So let's press hands into the earth. Lift shoulders up and back like in cobra. So create length in our spine here. And bend our knees. And flex the feet. So you might come here, or you might be able to grab the tops of your feet, and this might be your posture. And if you can, draw the shoulders back as you press your feet into your hands, and then lift the legs as you come into a bow. And breathe. And let's release. Press hands into the earth, come back to a child pose. Inhale, and let's come to all fours and lower down to the earth again. Lift up, come into a cobra once again. And we're going to extend both arms out in front of us. Lift up in the chest. Now extend the legs and lift the legs. And lift the heart and extend the fingertips out. And stretch from the heart out to the fingertips, pelvis out to the toes. Lift as much as you can. And release everything down to the earth. You can take your forehead to your hands and breathe here. Deep inhale, long exhale. And we'll push up. Let's come, bring our hips back to our feet. So we're going to come into Ajna Shirshasana. Take our strap to the side here. Open the right leg and bring the left foot over to the right leg. So let's do a inner spiral. Lift the left thigh and we're going to pull it, spiral it out that way and pull the left buttocks out and do the same side to the other. Pull the whole right buttocks out and the thigh in and out, getting more onto your sit bone. So let's take our strap butt. So we're going to take the strap in the left hand, right hand over to the right side. Inhale, lengthen up. Deep inhale, lengthen, gently twisting, gazing over to the right. Exhale, let's pull ourselves forward, pulling the heart forward. And let's take our right hand now to the strap. And you're going to take your right elbow inside of your right thigh as you hold your strap here. And let's take the left arm. Inhale, lengthen it up. Palm towards the earth. Draw the arm bone by your left ear. Gently gazing forward or maybe upwards. And take a couple breaths here. Breathing to your whole left side ribs.
Deep inhale. Exhaling. Deep inhale, expanding. Exhaling, rounding forward. So let's bring the left hand to the earth here. We're going to round forward here. Maybe bringing forehead to the earth, or maybe you don't come all the way down. And let's breathe here. And rise up. Release the strap. So we're going to take this left foot and bring it over, cross it over the right leg. Left hand, roots behind us. Take your right hand to your left knee. Inhale, lengthen. And keep this other leg active with the foot flex. Lengthen up and twist and gaze over towards your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Breathing and connecting to that sweetness within you. Allowing the breath to connect you with your inner sweetness, your inner world, bringing your awareness inside. And release. So we're now going to keep the left foot on top of the right knee, and let's lay onto our back. I'm going to draw. You can take your hands behind the thigh or grab your shin. We'll come into a Sukhi Andrasana. So this top foot, the heel is right above the knee, not on the knee, but right above. You don't want it down here. And you don't want the foot pushing out that far. Right here, because then we target our piriformis muscle that helps to release any type of sciatic pain. So let's take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale, long exhale. You can close your eyes if you like. Exhale. You may want to blow it out through your mouth here, like blowing out candles as you draw the knee a little towards you. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's blow it out like candles. As you move a little deeper into the posture, we'll take a couple more breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhale, blowing it out. One more time. Deep inhale. So meet yourself where you're at. Meet yourself with your breath. And blow out any tension that you're feeling, any tightness. Meet it with the breath, the loving breath. And exhaling, blowing it out like smoke. So let's release the right knee, and we're going to twist, taking our right foot over to the earth. Bring your hands up overhead, grab your elbows, and gaze over to the left here. Take a deep breath in, exhale, pull the navel in, making a little more room for your twist. After your next exhale, bring the legs back. You're going to extend now the right leg up to the sky and clasp your hands behind your right thigh. And press your thigh into your hand, stretching the right heel all the way up to the sky here. Lengthening through the back of the leg. Wonderful. So release that leg. And we're going to release both legs. And let's clasp behind the thighs and rock up. And we'll come to the opposite side now. Jani Shirshasana. Now with the left leg extended out, right foot presses into the left thigh. So let's do our inner spiral where we pick up our whole buttocks and spiral it out. The other side, spiral it out and pull the whole thigh out. Feel the sit bones rooted on the earth here. Take the strap to your foot. Take the strap this time into your right hand. Left hand on the outside. Inhale. Lengthen and twist towards the left. And now we're going to take the strap into our left hand and take the elbow inside of your left thigh. Press them into each other, and it creates, you can even take your right hand and pull the skin of the ribs, of the left ribs out, bringing it forward. Now keeping this openness in the chest, draw your right shoulder up and back. Extend the top arm up and over. Bringing the arm bone by your right cheek. The hand is facing towards the earth. And you can gaze forward here or gaze upwards and breathe. Deep inhale. Exhaling now, we can take our right hand and swoop it around. And we're going to take our strap away. Take the right leg. Oh, let's go back. We're going to bow forward. Take a couple breaths here, bowing forward. And your left foot is flexed and active. Taking a couple breaths here. Deep inhale. Long exhale. And now we'll rise up and take the right foot on the outside of the left thigh. Remember, this is a practice. It's not about doing it perfectly. It's not about being able to do all the postures perfectly. We're practicing. Right shoulder up and back. Take your left hand to your right thigh, lengthening up through the spine and then twisting, gazing over the right shoulder. Lengthen in with an inhale and exhale, twisting. In the yoga practice, yoga is to yoke, to create union. And the way I look at it, the way we create union is to unite. There's parts of us that are uniting. And let's come onto our backs. To unite, there has to be a space where everything meets. Let's draw our knees in and rock back and forth. And to create that space on our yoga mat where we can pull all the parts of ourselves together to meet. And to be able to meet in a space, to be able to create union, there needs to be acceptance, a space of love, a space of compassion and understanding. So we're going to take our left heel, it's our right heel on top of the left knee. Pull the knee in. So creating that space for yourself where you can meet yourself with compassion and understanding to create a deeper union and connection within yourself. So when I think about an intention, take a deep inhale and drawing the foot towards you. Think of an intention that helps to create that union, a deeper union in yourself. Whenever I find I feel more united in myself and more peace, then I have more connection and peace in the world, in other relationships and other people. Breathing, drawing the foot in towards you. Taking deep inhale, long exhale. You can blow it out through your mouth if you like. One more deep breath in. Exhale, blow it out. Blow out any tightness or tension like you're blowing out smoke. Take the left foot to the earth now, and you're going to twist, and your right foot's going to meet the floor. Grab the elbows up overhead. Try to lift your chest to get both elbows on the earth here, twisting over towards the opposite direction, and we'll take a couple of breaths here. Using the breath, pranayama, and different types of breaths
that we practice helps to create that space of union in our body, helping to soften and create more suppleness in the body, more calm in the mind, and it helps to calm the nervous system. And let's come back. Extend the top leg up to the sky, interlace hands behind your thigh, stretching the foot up to the sky. And breathe here. Deep inhale, long exhale. Release that leg here. So we're going to have both knees bent. And now lift both legs, keep the knees bent, extend the arms out like a T, palms are facing on the earth to help keep your balance. And we're going to keep our knees zipped together. Let's lift the hips and bump them over to the left. And then we're going to have your knees, they're going to hover over to the right, but we're not going to take them to the earth. We're helping to strengthen core here. Also a good twist for our organs in our spine. And then if you can gaze over to the left, if that feels okay for you, or look straight ahead, whatever works best for you. And let's come back. So let's bump our hips over to the right, lift the knees, and let's take them to the other side and hover. Gaze over to the opposite. Breathe and come back. Bump our hips over to the other side. So you can keep knees bent or extend the legs this time and flex the feet. Keep them glued together. And we're going to take them over to the right and they're going to hover. Maybe gaze over to the opposite side. And breathe here. And let's bring the legs back. So let's bend the knees and lift the hips, take them to the right side. So either keep knees bent or extend the legs up, flex the feet towards you. And the legs are to come off to the left and they're going to hover. Breathe, remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. Deep inhale, exhale, let's come back. So release the feet to the earth, bring your hips back to center. And we're going to do a couple of bridge postures. So move your feet closest as you can to your buttocks. Feet are hip width apart. Going to bring elbows to the earth, press them into the earth and lift the chest and the heart. Next, inhale, lift the hips here. So we're going to keep the elbows pressing into the earth and then inhale, tuck the tailbone more. Remember to keep the knees hip width apart and lift in the chest. Expand in the chest and exhale, release the hips here. So if you have a block, let's use our block for the next bridge posture. If you don't have a block, it's okay. You can do it the way you did. And just imagine you have a block. And the way you can imagine you have a block is you just imagine it and keep your thighs pressing towards each other isometrically with this imaginary block. So there's more muscle energy. So press elbows into the earth, hug the block now with the thighs or your imaginary block and lift the hips. So it creates more integrity here in the whole pelvis area. Now tuck the tailbone, hug your block, press elbows into the earth and lift in the heart. And see if you can get some more opening here in the whole heart area. Take your thumbs and lift your rib cage here. Back of the head presses into the earth. Inhale, lift the ribs if possible. Tuck tailbone, squeeze the block, open up in the heart space. Deep inhale. And exhale, release. Beautiful. Right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly. Take a couple of breaths and we'll do one more. Okay, let's do one more. So we're going to use the elbows, press into the earth, lift in the heart area, just like in a cow posture where you expand in the chest. And now hug block, lift hips, press the back of the head into the earth, gently lifting the chin towards the sky. And press elbows into the earth and lift in the heart space more. Now keep the legs hugging the block, tuck tailbone. Now we're going to bring the hands to clasp underneath the back. So right shoulder under, left shoulder under, interlace your fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back as you squeeze your palms together. Press back of the head into the earth and inhale, expand into the heart space. Hug the block. Beautiful. Release everything to the earth and release the block here. And keeping your feet hip width apart, let the knees fall over to the right. And let's bring arms up overhead. And take the right hand to the left wrist and you'll stretch that over to the right. And breathe here. And let's come back with the knees and let them fall over to the opposite side. And grab your opposite wrist and stretch it over to the opposite side. And breathe. Deep inhale, long exhale. Let's come back. Extend right leg up, interlace hand behind the leg, stretch the foot up to the sky. Draw the right knee in, take your hand to the outside of the right foot and stretch it out to the right side. Let your left knee fall open to the left side here. Just stretch. So if you can't grab your hand on the foot, you can take your hand behind the thigh, or you could use a strap on your foot. Bend the knee and stretch the leg up to the sky and release the foot to the earth. And bend that knee and let's hug the other knee into the chest. Extend the leg up, interlace hands behind the thigh. And now you can either just let it leg fall open, hold the thigh, or bend the knee and take the edge of the foot and bring it open, or have a strap to the foot. And your right knee falls off to the right. Take a couple of breaths here. Active left thigh, hug the muscles above the knee. That helps to safely open up the back of the leg. And let's bend the knee and then stretch the foot up to the sky. And release that leg. Release both legs to the earth. And we'll come into our Shavasana. Let hands come open to the sides. Shoulders are soft. Feet are soft as they roll open. Taking a deep inhale, bringing the energy to the feet and the legs. And exhaling, relaxing the legs and feet into the earth. Inhaling the energy, the breath into the hands, into the arms, up to the shoulders. Exhaling, softening into the earth. Inhaling the breath into the pelvis area and the belly and the organs all the way up to the heart and the top of the shoulders. And exhale it out and relax. Inhale into the throat, into the head, the eyes and the ears and all the sinuses. Exhale, release the head, neck and jaw. Breathe light into your brain. And exhale, relax your mind. We'll stay here for another minute. With the next breath, coming back to the surface, let's bend our knees. Taking your time, rolling over to one side and making your way up to a seated posture where we will meet and just sit for about a minute in stillness in the space of the heart. And that stillness that we are cultivating as we create more union with our mind and our body. Let's place your hands on your thighs or in your lap. If you like, you can have your hands in Chin Mudra with your forefinger and thumb touching. Helps to maintain our energy. Feel rooted in the sit bones into the earth as you root into the earth. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head, up to the sky. Roll shoulders up and back. Feel the shoulders soften, the skin soften. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Each inhale drawing you deeper inside. Exhaling, softening. If you like, you can inhale so. Exhale hum. Creating union with the mind and the breath and the body. I am that. Inhale so. Exhale hum. Stay here for a minute. Breathing into the space of our heart. So hum. Taking a deep breath in, let's open up our hands and our hearts. Let's bring our hands in front of our hearts, sealing our practice, creating that union in our heart space, meeting, bringing all the parts of ourselves as we bring our hands together, creating that union and meeting in that deep space of acceptance and understanding in the space of our heart. And we'll close with one Om. Take a deep breath in. And from my heart to yours, namaste.